and still that.
Bubba, don't forget your rubber. Sailor Bubba, don't forget your rubber.
Once upon a time. Wait, nope, that's not our story. Let me look for it here. Give me a second. Okay. Here we go. There is a black man on a boat with a young boy. Nope, that's not it either. Okay. Ah, yes, here we go. Sacco and Vanzetti. These two Irish immigrants known as Nicola Sacco and Bartolomeo Vanzetti were Italian-born anarchists who were convicted of murdering two men during the armed robbery of a shoe factory in South Braintree, Massachusetts, 1920. Sacco and Vanzetti were convicted on false accusations, and there was very little evidence presented against them in court. But the problem was, they were anarchists, so no one really liked them. And the people that did like them were also either anarchists or immigrants, so didn't really have a say in the political system. These two men were eventually convicted of their supposed crimes and were executed with the death penalty. Many people do not believe what happened to these men was fair, and they believe they were convicted on false evidence due to the fact that they were immigrants. This started a lot of problems in the 1920s because people started becoming prejudiced towards these immigrants. Now I know what you're thinking, why rob a shoemaking factory? When it comes down to it, they needed money. If they truly did rob it, they knew they could get away pretty quickly, and they got caught because they were I mean, personally, I would have just robbed a bank. Now, this was really important to America in the 1920s because it really kind of brought up the prejudice, and it really started increasing the propaganda in America either for or against immigrants, and it allowed America to kind of see immigrants weren't some evil conspiracy or assassins from another land. They were just people who were working hard and working in America to try to make it. This really didn't work out in the long run. People decided they could get away with stuff that they normally wouldn't. Now, the big problem was the trial took quite a long time, and people started to realize that these Italian immigrants were most likely not to be blamed, and that they were framed because the police didn't like them and not very many people did. So when this started coming up, the lawyer started prosecuting and possibly plotting evidence against these guys in order to get a quicker conviction. Sacco and Vanzetti were the first example of prejudiced America and showed that the country was completely controlled by the government and there was very little say. After many years of debating back and forth, Sacco and Vanzetti were finally killed on August 23rd, 1927. Riots soon followed, destroying property in Paris, London, and many other cities across the world. Sacco and Vanzetti was a huge diplomatic debate and ticked off a lot of lower-class Americans who would soon fight the system. To conclude, Sacco and Vanzetti were really more of a public demonstration than anything. And with their death, it really allowed America to see a new view on society and start reforming it to the country it is today. America!
Bubba, don't forget your rubber. Don't forget your rubber. Sailor Bubba, don't forget your rubber. Don't forget your rubber.